All right, here we go. A tweet and an article by Around the NFL, Scouts Notebook, Bucky Brooks lists 5 quarterback coach duos under the most pressure entering the 2021 NFL season. Alrighty, I have not previewed this article. I do not know what the top 5 are, but I do kind of want to go through and kind of give our top 5, and then we'll go in this article and kind of see, do we agree, do we disagree? Let's see if they order them kind of 5 through 1 in that sense of who really has the most out of these 5. So let's go through the teams here, talk through them quickly, and kind of see what our top 5 quarterback coach duos that are under the most pressure this season, and then we'll compare it to that article. So here we go, starting from the top. Here we go, Seattle Seahawks. Not really. The only kind of pressure that they're facing is the media pressure. Just that kind of lame story that, oh, is Russell Wilson still unhappy? No, he's not. It's debunked. It's bunked now, folks. They're fine. They're on the same level. So there's really no pressure. It's Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll, folks. I mean, they always win. They have always won in this league. Russell Wilson has never had a losing season record, ever. So there's no pressure. Obviously, there's pressure to win the Super Bowl, but there's not, do or die. Oh my God, they'll break up the Seahawks if they don't have, a great success. They're gonna have good success. It's just whether it's Super Bowl or not. But there's no pressure here between Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. It's just outside media nonsense that needs something to talk about. So I'm not gonna give that any really thought there. The Rams, yes, this 100%. This is probably the biggest, in my opinion, Sean McVay, just because, he was kind of trashing Jared Goff. They lost the Super Bowl because of Jared Goff. They were never great this year or last year because of Jared Goff. He's not the guy. He didn't draft him. He kind of inherited him, but now he kind of committed. He got rid of Jared Goff and brought in somebody that he thinks he can win with in Matthew Stafford. So there is immense pressure for this Rams team to at least get to the playoffs and really kind of get to the divisional round at least. I got to see second round here by this Rams team to be a successful year overall. Like I said, year one with the new team with Matt Stafford, I'll give it a little bit of a free pass, but we still have to see you win and get to the playoffs. Obviously, Tom Brady's the outlier. I'm not going to really hold the Rams to that same standard, winning Super Bowl year one, even though they should. They should be able to do that, but we have to see them at least get to the Super Bowl, upgrade their wins from 10 wins last season to at least more than that, maybe even 1, but you got to get to the playoffs, and you have to at least win the first playoff game, whatever it is. If you have a first round bye, well, that's unfortunate for you. You better still win that first game coming up, not a wild card game. So Rams are definitely high on this quarterback coach, but it's more on the coach there, Matthew Stafford. I mean, he didn't ask to get traded, you know what I mean? He didn't ask to leave. Now he finally has a good system, so he can't hide behind that excuse either, but I think I'd give it a little bit more. I'd probably give it 60-40 coach quarterback there. 60% on Sean McVay, more pressure than Matt Stafford, but overall the coach quarterback combo is under immense pressure there with the Rams. That's my number 1. All right, Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, decent pressure here, but not that much pressure. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury, Kyler Murray, very solid there. Like we said, we've already talked through the story, but Kyler Murray's very good. It was just kind of the overall offensive scheme, but I don't think this Cardinals team has that much pressure to kind of get it done this year. We're talking year 3. Got to get better than 8 wins. Not too much pressure on that. The 49ers, once again, I mean, you would probably think there is a lot of pressure here for Kyle Shanahan, but now we have this kind of sub-narrative of, Trey Lance, and if you go with the rookie quarterback right out of the gate, there really is no pressure. If you still stick with Jimmy Garoppolo, then yes, we are talking about kind of deep playoff run or bust. So it is kind of dependent on the quarterback whether Kyle Shanahan is under pressure or not. So we'll see which quarterback they go to. So we'll leave them off the top 5 for now. We'll see if we can put any other teams on here, and then we'll come back to these ones. Cardinals and 49ers. They may be like top 10 quarterback coach, but I don't know about top 5 just quite yet. We'll see what else we get. The Saints, no pressure at all. You got Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston. You just kind of have to hope you make the right decision for Sean Payton. That's really it. But there's no pressure there. None of these quarterbacks are even close to Drew Brees. So, making the playoffs is kind of high for what they need to accomplish this year. So no pressure here for the Saints. For the Bucs, no pressure. They just won last year. Yeah, go back to back. Don't. It doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't. Carolina Panthers. Yes, this is pressure here, folks. Matt Rule. Once again, you got rid of Teddy Bridgewater. You made that choice. He kind of got it done statistically, didn't result in the wins, but once again, we're talking about rookie head coach with kind of a new quarterback here, year one. There's pressure on this Panthers team, folks. Big pressure because of what Matt Rule did. So, yeah, I'm putting this Panthers team number 2 so far, folks. Absolute pressure. You believe in Sam Darnold over Teddy Bridgewater? Well, you better get it done year one. You better get it done year one. You better win more than 5 games because that's what Teddy Bridgewater did. You better hope that you can make Sam Darnold a 60% completion quarterback because he hasn't been able to do that with the Jets. So this is Matt Rule doing it all to himself here real early on in his career. Big pressure here, quarterback-coach duo for the Panthers. Sam Darnold can't hide behind the garbage state of the franchise the Jets are in and can't hide behind the garbage head coaches you have with Adam Gase. No more hiding behind that. Matt Rule, he's doubling down on Sam Darnold. Made the trade for him. Atlanta Falcons, alrighty, not so much. We were bringing in a rookie head coach, year one head coach for this Falcons team. No real pressure there. Pressure on Matt Ryan to keep getting better, but not really the quarterback coach duo. Washington football team, yeah, really no pressure here, man. Once again, I mean, we're going between Taylor Heineke and Ryan Fitzpatrick. We know Ron Rivera is going to do whatever he needs to do to win. We're never worried about Ron Rivera. There's never pressure on Ron Rivera. He gets it done, folks. So quarterbacks are not that great. No pressure. Giants, alrighty. I don't know if this is truly head coach quarterback, maybe offensive coordinator quarterback, but yeah, still some decent pressure here. We got to see Daniel Jones get that leap now. We have to see this Giants team start winning more games now. So this Giants team, maybe once again top 10, but I would probably put it more as Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator, and Daniel Jones more than I kind of do the overall coach. Dallas Cowboys, abso-freaking-lutely. Yes, sir. Must get it done. Cowboys. Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, 1,000%. This is it, folks. I didn't like to give them the pass. I didn't want to give this Cowboys team. I don't give this Cowboys team a pass for what they did last season. I know a lot of people in the media do just because they didn't have Dak Prescott, but you had Andy Dalton, and you still had Zeke. So there was really no excuses from my standpoint why this Cowboys team shouldn't have had success last year. 6-10, third in the division. What? No, trash. That's absolutely trash. I don't care. No Dak Prescott. I don't care. You got Andy Dalton, serviceable backup in this league, proven starter, proven kind of 50-50 win starter. So 6 wins is under 8, which you should have been with Andy Dalton, especially with a top 10, top 7 running back in this league in Zeke. Come on. So big pressure on now. More on Mike McCarthy over Dak Prescott because Dak Prescott is coming off the injury. So if you want to give him a buffer year, I would probably understand that. I wouldn't totally disagree with that if he kind of flounders this year. He's coming off the injury. But yeah, Mike McCarthy, hey, he won his Super Bowl with the Packers. He learned under Aaron Rodgers as a head coach. He's highly regarded as a head coach, not in my book, but in just kind of the general media's book. So big pressure here for this Cowboys team, especially with the head coach. Absolutely. Eagles. Yeah, not really that much. New head coach, second year quarterback. No real pressure there. Green Bay Packers. Is there pressure? I don't know, man. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't show up, there's no pressure, honestly, on Matt LaFleur. Well, I guess, see, it's tough. It's kind of a tough discussion here. If let's just say Aaron Rodgers does not show up, then there is pressure on Matt LaFleur to try and win without him. Just to be like, oh, yeah, we kind of really didn't need you. We let you walk. We traded you. We kind of felt comfortable what we had. So a little pressure in that scenario. If Aaron Rodgers does show up, then yes, it's always Super Bowl or bust with that. So it's kind of a little, we need another month to see what's happening at training camp before we truly put them in. But I stand behind Matt LaFleur, folks. I truly do. Honestly, I think he's a great head coach, great play caller. I don't really see him having that much pressure on him. I think it's more Aaron Rodgers if he shows up, and it's more Jordan Love if he's there. But we'll see what happens. Chicago Bears, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Matt Nagy, no more free passes. We gave you all those free passes with Mitch Trubisky. You try to bring in Nick Foles, that didn't work. You try to bring in Andy Dalton, that's your guy. And if you're going to stick with him as a starter, big, you got to live and die by him. But once again, I mean, how many quarterbacks are we going to give this guy? We already gave this man 2. Andy Dalton's the 3rd. And you bring in Justin Fields. That's 4 quarterbacks. So you better be able to pick which one's right here, and you better start winning more than 8 games like you did last season. Probably have to win the division, and I know it's going to be hard, but you have to at least get to the playoffs and look decent. And they didn't do that last year. They got to the playoffs, didn't look decent. So, yeah, I think the Bears are probably number 4 here. Matt Nagy, we got put up or shut up. It's kind of like Sean McVay. You know, he got to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, not what he wanted. And now Matt Nagy kind of has a little bit. They're big on Justin Fields. They've been raving about him. They're like, this is what we wanted all along. It fell into us, fell into our lap. Thank goodness. It's time to put up or shut up for Matt Nagy here. So, yeah, Bears, absolutely, number 4. So we got 1 spot left, and we're not even in the AFC. Not great. But here we go. Vikings. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe in Kirk Cousins that much. He's not one of these, A1, Tier 1 quarterbacks that, everyone's ranting and raving about. Mike Zimmer, once again, he's a good coach. Is there ever any pressure on this team to win? I feel like this is like the team that never has any pressure on them. I feel like nobody talks about them as Super Bowl champions. Obviously, nobody talks about them as being one of the worst teams. They're just this middle-of-the-road team. That's really it. I really don't think anybody even registers the Vikings are even a team in this league, honestly. They're like, oh, yeah, the Vikings. Yeah, they're all, where'd they go, 7-9 this season? Yeah, that sounds about right. Where'd they go, 8-8 this season? Yeah, that sounds about right. What did Kirk Cousins? Just kind of all right? All right-ish? Oh, yeah, it sounds about right. So it's like, I don't see it being this Vikings team. I don't see this Vikings team having that much pressure on them. I don't know why. It's just, they're just a team in this league. That's really the only reasoning I can come up with. Detroit Lions, it's Dan Campbell. No, there's no pressure. Just because it's year 1, he's trash. I don't think he's going to work, but there's no pressure there. There's never any pressure in Detroit. They're trash. They've always been trash. They've had Matthew Stafford and they were trash. They had Megatron and they were trash. What more do y'all need to have pressure? I mean, I don't know. So no Detroit pressure there. Now we're finally in the AFC. The Tennessee Titans. Decent pressure here. Mike Vogel and Mike Vogel. I feel like I'm getting that mixed up with Frank Vogel. Mike Vogel, no? Mike. Yeah, what's his last name? Is it Vogel? Vrabel. There it is. Mike Vrabel. Okay, I knew I was getting those two coaches confused. But, yeah, I mean, you bring in Julio Jones. I mean, you already got to the AFC Championship game, but then you got to the second round. It's like, all right, you still got Derrick Henry. I don't know if it's more on Ryan Tannehill. I think it's just the offense in general. I think they know Ryan Tannehill's the game manager. They don't really put the game into his hands that often. So, of the criteria of head coach and quarterback, I don't think the Titans truly fall under that. I think it's more the team, and that's really it. I believe in Mike Vrabel, honestly. I think it's just, can the team get it done? So, don't think it's the Titans. The Colts, little pressure here, not top 5, I would say. Frank Reich, trying. I mean, he kind of, went with Carson Wentz. They have history together. So I wouldn't say this year a lot of pressure. There is to win a ring here, but it doesn't have to be year 1, in my opinion. Definitely have to kind of get to the playoffs at least, try to do more than what Phillip Rivers did, and that's 11-5 and losing a close wild card game. So if they can do a little bit better than that, I would say that's a successful year, and we have to see if Carson Wentz can stay healthy as well. So it's, once again, there's pressure. I don't know if there's win now pressure, though, for this Colts team. Houston Texans, we don't know what's going on with Deshaun Watson, and we have a new head coach. No way. Jacksonville Jaguars, yeah, once again, I mean, we got new head coach, new quarterback. The only reason that Urban Meyer would have some kind of pressure on him is if he signs Tim Tebow to the active roster, and then we have to start seeing him do good, because if not, that's strike 1 against this new head coach in this league for the first time. So no real quarterback head coach pressure there. The Bills, this is tough. I wouldn't say, I mean, they got to the AFC Championship game last last year. So obviously, naturally, it's Super Bowl or bust. But I don't know if they don't have great success, if they don't win the Super Bowl, it's not like you blow up the team. Just probably have to have the defense step up a little bit more offensive firepower in the playoffs. I don't like how conservative they are with Josh Allen in the playoffs, folks. Their play calling, I don't like that. So maybe a more offensive coordinator with Josh Allen than the head coach and Josh Allen. The Dolphins, Brian Flores, always kind of pressure on him. But with Tua making that year 2 leap, little pressure on him as well. But I don't know about top 5 pressure. Definitely top 10, I would say, for Tua to kind of take that next step. But still, at the end of the day, we're talking about a year 2 quarterback. We're starting to give these quarterbacks 3 seasons. Now we have to see the big league. We just have to see who get better. So I don't know about big pressure here for the Dolphins, not top 5. Patriots, potential here with Bill Belichick. I mean, you got to start winning without Tom Brady. He won without you, so a lot of pressure on Tom Brady and decent pressure on Cam Newton, but he didn't prove anything last year. So, yeah, we want him to get better, but still at the end of the day, we're not counting Cam Newton as like top 10 quarterback. I mean, folks, we have him real low, folks. We have Cam Newton under Teddy Bridgewater, Taysom Hill, Jimmy G, Joe Burrow, Tua, Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins. Or no, we have him above Jared Goff. One notch above Jared Goff, but under, I mean, this is like 20, folks. This is like number 20-ish, 25. So we don't even have him as like top 10 quarterback, folks. The Jets, once again, rookie head coach, rookie quarterback, no real pressure. The Steelers, decent pressure, not really between quarterback and head coach, though. Big Ben's on his last leg, so whatever we get, we're expecting. No playoff, that's expected. The man's at the end of his career, and if he makes it to the Super Bowl, hey, that's a welcome surprise, and he over-exceeded expectations. But I don't think there's really any pressure here on the Steelers. The Ravens, yeah. I mean, right here. I mean, I don't agree with those narratives that kind of trash Lamar Jackson and say that he's a running back. I don't believe in that. I think that's highly disrespectful. I don't buy into that. I buy into that 0%, folks. I don't give that any credit. But we do need his. I mean, we got to start seeing him. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is his comp, folks, and he hasn't been beating him or getting to the Super Bowl like Patrick Mahomes has. So just in that sense, we have to see Lamar Jackson step it up. Now they're kind of implementing the deep ball a little bit more. And John Harbaugh, there's really no pressure on him, honestly. I mean, he's going to be in this league as long as he wants to be. He's won in this league. He's won a Super Bowl. He's done everything. Yeah, maybe the Ravens at number 5. Let's see what else we get here in the rest of the team. The Cleveland Browns, once again, real great. I mean, there's still pressure on Kevin Stefanski and Baker Mayfield because they've been getting better every single year. But are we calling it Super Bowl or bust? Maybe AFC Championship game, second round or bust, but still just have to be good. I don't know if there's that much pressure on just the coach and quarterback overall. They've been kind of getting it done. We'd like to see them get better year 3. We'll see. The Bengals, no, new head coach and or a second-year head coach and, Joe Burrow coming off the injury. Really no pressure there. The Chiefs, I mean, it's Super Bowl or bust. I mean, there's no pressure. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are going to be there next year and the year after that and the year after that, regardless of what happens this season. But they've won the Super Bowl. They've been to back-to-back. It's Super Bowl or bust. The Raiders, yeah, I mean, I would say more pressure on John Gruden. Yeah, so I'm going to put the Raiders at 5 instead of the Raiders at 5 instead of the Ravens, just because John Gruden, can we get some wins here? Can we be good at the end of the season? Derek Carr, I mean, your stats are great, but once again, they're not translating to wins. So yeah, I would say this Raiders team has a lot of pressure on them between the quarterback and the coach. Can we win games? That's why I don't know about Derek Carr's great stats, the 70% completion percentage, the 4,000 yards, because they're not winning. They're irrelevant. So place that half on the quarterback, place that half on the coach. I've got no problem with that. Raiders top 5 quarterback coach combo that is under a lot of pressure this year. Then the last two teams, the Chargers, new head coach with Justin Herbert year 2. No pressure there. Justin Herbert's going to look great, don't get me wrong, but no pressure on them to win now. And then for the Denver Broncos, once again, I mean, head coach, they don't have a new one, right? Or no, they do. They got a new head coach. Who's the Broncos head coach? We got Vic Fangio. All right. When did he get there? Heads into year 3. Okay. So they just got, the quarterback controversy there between the quarterback competition between Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater. Not pressure to win the entire thing, but pressure to get better. Got to start seeing them get better. And Drew Lock, I don't think he wins the comp. So if you're having Teddy Bridgewater be the starter, yeah, really not a lot of pressure there to win. Obviously to win, but, you can just always blame it. Oh, Teddy B wasn't in it either. But now we're talking about Vic Fangio being like, all right, well, can you get the guy? Can you make the right call at quarterback? Because he didn't draft one this year. You had Teddy Bridgewater before the draft, so you're like, hey, we're feeling kind of confident with this. So decent pressure there by the Broncos, but not as much as those other 5 teams. So overall, we have we got the Rams. We've got the Cowboys. We've got the Bears, the Raiders. What is this team? I can't even read my... Geez, that's not great. We said the Rams... The Panthers. That's right, the Panthers. Rams, Panthers, Cowboys, Bears, Raiders. That's our top 5. Now let's go into the Scouts notebook here by Bucky Brooks, and see what he says the top 5 are. Alrighty, here we go. Here we are. All right, number 1 is the Rams. Alrighty, so exactly what we said. Here we go. They said it's Super Bowl or bust for the Rams after they shipped out Jared Goff as part of a deal with the Lions for Stafford. With Goff's 42-20 record in 4 seasons under McVay representing the bar, the pressure is squarely on the shoulders of Stafford and McVay to capture a Lombardi trophy. Considering the 13th year pro has 0 playoff wins and only 4 winning seasons on his resume, the Rams quarterback shuffle is a roll of the dice that could backfire on a team looking to make good on its current competitive window. Yeah, I mean, exactly what we kind of said there. Just more on Sean McVay, just because this is the guy he wants. He went out and hand-selected him. He kind of trashed Jared Goff, so now you've got the guy. Win with the guy. If you feel so confident you can win, just need the quarterback, you got the guy now. So yeah, Rams number 1 here. All right, they have Ravens number 2. Alrighty. They say Jackson has posted a 30-7 career regular season record. How great. And claimed an MVP award in 2019 while dazzling as an electric dual threat playmaker. But questions persist about his pocket passing ability after observers watched the Ravens run-heavy offense fizzle in the 3 straight early playoff exits. With Jackson and company underperforming in the postseason, the pressure is mounting on Harbaugh to diversify the offense to give the Ravens a better chance of advancing in the tournament. Will the Super Bowl winning head coach stick to the unorthodox script that has made the Ravens perennial title contenders in Jackson era, or will he scrap the plan in favor for a traditional approach that could produce better results in the postseason? The outcome of the decision could make or break the Ravens' next few seasons. But I think that's more of the offensive coordinator than, I get, the head coach has everything, under him. I get that, and has to put everything in place. I get that. I think it's more of the offensive coordinator than John Harbaugh. That's why we didn't really have the Ravens in the top 5. But I get it. All right, third we have the Colts. Alrighty, we kind of said I don't think it's under this season. Next season, definitely. But I think I give Carson Wentz that buffer season because Carson Wentz isn't this kind of A1, Tier 1, Brady, Mahomes even already. Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Big Ben, where they can go from team to team, year to year. It doesn't matter, and they can always get it done throughout the season. Carson Wentz is like this Tier 2 that you would expect the year 1. Not greatness, still productive, still getting wins, still being decent, but to fully understand the entire offense and then make that playoff run, that Super Bowl run, I really think it's kind of 2 years. Now, we're still big. I still think the Colts are going to win it, but I don't think there should be that pressure to win it this year for the Colts. But let's see what they say. Perhaps a change of scenery and a familiar voice will help Wentz recapture the magic that made him an MVP frontrunner with the Eagles in 2017. The veteran quarterback steps into a Super Bowl ready offense. It is a Super Bowl ready offense, I will say that. In Indianapolis with a beefy line. Oh, I love that word, beefy. Love it. With a beefy line and an underrated set of perimeter playmakers boasting big play potential. That's all true there. I can't disagree with anything that they just said. In addition, Wentz is supported by an elite defense that stymies opponents in easy scoring chances with turnovers. If Reich, who served as Wentz's offensive coordinator in Philadelphia in 2016 and 2017, can get the veteran quarterback to embrace his role as a game manager, oh my God, they are saying everything right here, folks. Yes, I agree. I'll change my list. They bought me. If he can embrace his role as a game manager on a team that is built to make a run, the Colts could surge to the top of the AFC as the most complete squad in the league. And yeah, I mean, they are in a win now mode. Literally everything that they just said in this short paragraph is absolutely 100% correct. I was just kind of giving Carson Wentz maybe a buffer year if needed. I don't think he's going to need it. And I have kind of some other teams that I like it a little bit more pressure now to win this year alone. But I understand the Colts. All right, number 4 is the Raiders. Here we go. We had the Raiders as well. The duo is entering now or never territory heading into the 4th season of Gruden's rebuild. That's it right there. Gruden's 4th year rebuild, folks. What had they done the entire season? They got their 2018, 4-12, 7-9, 8-8. Okay, do or die now. Absolutely. Agree 100% so far. All right, with the Raiders sporting a 19-29 record with 0 playoff appearances since Gruden took over in 2018, that's abysmal. That is truly abysmal. The pressure is mounting on Carr and his coach to orchestrate a breakthrough in 2021. The quarterback has certainly done his part to. Oh my folks, we just said that. The quarterback has certainly done his part to keep the team pointed in the right direction, producing 3 straight 4,000-yard seasons. Fantastic. While improving his efficiency and reducing his negative plays. Folks, no turnover, 70% completion percentage. What else do we need to say? The results have, that's why it's on more John Gruden than it is Derek Carr. The results have made the Raiders respectable, but Vegas needs more from the QB1 to go from good to great in the tough AFC West. Given Gruden's reputation for offensive wizardry, okay. The grizzled head coach needs to dig into his bag of tricks to add some sizzle to an offense that needs to explode if the Raiders hope to overtake their division rivals. Yeah, absolutely agree. All right, and then the 5th one here. Chicago Bears. All righty, so we had 3 out of the 5 officially. No Cowboys? How are the Cowboys not? Interesting. Okay. They're kind of giving Dak Prescott the injury year, I guess. And then I guess nobody's keeping track about the Panthers because why would you, right? I guess. All right, but here we go. Bears. If Nagy played for the Cubs or the White Sox, he would step into the batter's box with 2 strikes. Folks, what did we just say? He would step into the batter's box with 2 strikes on his quarterback's scorecard following the failures of Trubisky and Nick Foles in the Windy City. Given another chance to fix the Bears' quarterback woes with an ultra-talented prospect in his 4th season on the job, Nagy must plot out a course that will enable Fields to develop while the team makes a playoff run. Whether that plan features a wait-and-see approach, we hope not. We got money on that. With the 1st-round pick standing on the sideline while Dalton serves as a veteran bridge, or a staged quarterback competition that enables a youngster to earn the job. Nagy must ace this decision 1,000,000%. Yes, exactly that, folks. We cannot put that any better. Nagy must ace this decision if he is to keep the franchise headed in the right direction. Otherwise, he could find himself standing in the unemployment line by the end of the season. Absolutely, folks. We've given this man time and time and time again. He's kind of hailed as a nice, kind of decent offensive guru as a head coach, but swing and a miss twice. 3 strikes, you're out. You got 2 strikes. What are we doing? Hit or go home. Hit or strike out. That's your call. So they had the Ravens, the Raiders, the Bears, the Colts, and the Rams, and we had the Rams, the Panthers, the Cowboys, the Bears, and the Raiders. Alrighty, those are all the NFL stories we needed to cover for today.